All right, buddy. Ready to teach me how to take the brakes off?
Yes.
Remember how we said find a friend? There's my friend.
I'm sort of the
resident expert.
Resident TDC expert on removing suspension.
All right, so to actually formally introduce you to what we're doing, we are going to replace the brakes. A few reasons we're doing that. One, upgraded drilled and slotted rotors are a good idea if you're trying to push a little more power out of this thing, which we will later. And the current rotors are a bit warped, so we got some wobbling going on. And Cameron's gonna show me how to do it. First step though, we gotta get this thing off the ground and on some jacks, so let's get on with that. Oh, good lord.
We're stuck? As if we do have a stuck wheel here. So, what I find the best way to do it is just hook, kick.
I did get
There we go. What usually happens, yeah, you can see there, some rust and corrosion form between the wheel hub and the wheel assembly, and it basically just sticks it to it. So when we're putting that back on, best way to prevent that is to put some anti-seize on it.
Anti-seize, all right.
Another extra safety precaution, take the wheels.
Ooh, smart hack right there.
Yes. So the reason that we are replacing Nathaniel's brakes is because he's got some weird pulsing going on in his brake pedal, which means the rotor is probably warped. Seeing here, there are some like weird patterns going on with it, so that definitely tracks. But normally when you're looking at brakes and seeing if you need to replace your rotor or not, you are looking at like rust and that kind of stuff, but also if there's a significant ridge on either side of the rotor. In his case, it's really not that bad. However, it does appear as if his brake pads themselves are probably only at like 40 to 50% life, maybe. And you can tell that just by, well, how much percentage is left versus a new one. And also there's gonna be, on most brake pads, there will be a wear line on it. And you see that little plastic cover on there? There's gonna be a bolt behind it, and you really just want to take that little plastic cover off to get the bolt on.
Plastic cover is
that thing, yeah. That's what's holding in the pins for the caliper. The bolt back there, there's two of them on the back side of it. We're gonna need to take those off. I think those are 16s.
Yeah, I think you're right. This one's on there pretty big too.
They will be. I don't know how long it's been since these have been replaced. Did you get it?
Nope. Yeah, this one's even harder for me to get like a good angle on. Oh, I got it. Why am I doing this, Cameron?
So that you can rotate the caliper out of the way and get the brake pads out.
It's a little cap.
Yes.
With an Allen inside.
You should probably have John be helping you with this, to be honest with you. I've never done BMW brakes before. I've never had to take one of those off.
If you're like us and you have crusty, rusty rotors and they're hard to get off, once you take this bracket off for the brakes, you can grab a trusty pry bar and stuff it back here behind on that bracket mount, like so. And then if you give it a nice tug, there goes the rotor. There you go.
That's the process.
Well, we got it off eventually. Enough, you know, WD-40 and power tools and maybe a little crowbar, and there you got a rotor. Ta-da! Cameron's working on the other one. All right, so what brakes upgrades did I choose? Well, we're doing pads and rotors, not a full brake kit. So here are the pads we went with, some carbon fiber ceramic performance pad. We didn't go like all out with the brakes and rotors. There are higher performance levels, but we thought this was kind of a happy medium with these. And oh boy, where did my rotors go? All right, so here are the drilled and slotted rotors that we will be putting on, along with those brake pads. Should get us some extra performance, as well as stop our wobbling. We're all just hoping it's the warped brakes that's the wobbling, and it's not some other major alignment issue, but we're pretty certain it's just the brakes.
All right, it's time for big brake stuffs, even though these are normal size brakes. First things first, when you get these out of the box, check and make sure you have the right set. So we have a front passenger and front driver, which is great. Grab yourself some brake cleaner and really clean these up because they have a protective coating on them that if you leave it on there, you know brakey, and that's no goodie. So we're gonna clean these up real quick. Got a little shop rag, got some brake clean. Let's do it.
So if, like us, you are poorly equipped to compress a piston and do not have an actual piston compressor, a humble C-clamp will suffice.
Gets the old job done.
Go ahead and just strap that boy on there and get cranking.
It's really hard to do one-handed, but I got it.
Boom.
Okay, so we got our piston compressed. We're gonna grab brand new brake pads here. These conveniently come with some grease, which is great, but I got my own grease, so we're gonna save that for later. We're gonna pull these bad boys out and put them in the caliper. It's definitely nice to have all your tools on hand. We're also gonna be replacing the little plastic rubber caps, and then we're gonna be greasing up all of the extra little bits on these brakes. So let's do it. So I got the little rubber grommet guys switched out here. Hot tip, the dielectric grease works great for getting those in there. Lube them up a little bit and stuff it right in. We're gonna put these slider pins back in, throw a little bit of the caliper and brake grease on these, get them in there, and then make sure our pads are in place, and we should be good to go.
Right on, man.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna be doing some breaking in today.
Yep. Thankfully,
Right
the
on.
box tells us exactly how to do it, so we don't even have to remember.
Right on.
Up to what, 45, 40?
Up to 40 miles an hour, 40 down to 10.
40 down to 10. There's 40. Oh, there's 10. And I gotta do that how many times?
5 times.
That's 1. There's 2. There's
3.
3. Yep, I'm feeling it. Oh shoot, I stopped too much. That was 4.
Okay.
Here's 5. Oh, I heard him that time a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, so there's 5. So now what do I do?
Drive
around for
slowly
5
to
minutes.
cool down brakes for 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, just drive slowly, it says?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just cruise. Cali cruiser vibe.
Cali Cruiser vibes. There's nobody around me, so I'll just cruise at like 35.
Yeah.